discuss what we talked about from Friday into Monday and Sunday open. I want to talk about what the long was that would have gotten us in position to take advantage of this big move, as well as how the levels played out, and a second opportunity that a lot of setups provide as long as you're confident in what you're doing. So this is the 4 hour chart. Just want to show the bull flag that we discussed previous and how we did expect the bounce here that we did get Thursday into Friday, and then how the recovery of that flag alongside with the recovery of this low in a liquidity grab would result in most likely 50-point bounce from the open. We got a 30-point direct bounce at the open, and now from the open we are up over 100 points. So it was definitely a quality setup, and it was definitely something that was expected. Now let's go into the 15-minute chart to show you how it all set up. So we had the 15-minute chart here, as well as while watching this movement from Thursday, I was starting to see a megaphone pattern or a broadening formation happening. So when we touched it here, I was fully expecting that this would eventually hit. It did hit, it consolidated in this little area and then took off for more. But we'll get to that in a bit. Breaking down Friday. So the best setup that I trade is the liquidity grab. It's essentially when price makes a low, it bounces, it goes up, and then comes back below that initial low and then recovers it to take off for a level to level move. So here you can see it goes up, comes back down, and takes off. I want to show you in a 5 minute for educational purposes again. We're still looking at Friday's price action near the close. We have a low here. It bounced from 364 up to 382. Came back down. That's a 18-point bounce. Came back down below that low and eventually went above it, consolidated above where you want to go long, and then took off. And then at open, as I assumed we would pop off, we did because of this bullish setup, because of the trigger of the failed breakdown, the volatility grab that we had, liquidity grab that we had from February 13th. It literally went right through that at open for a nice 28-point gain. Going back down now to 15 minutes and coming back to seeing the price action overnight from Sunday open, we back tested the bull flag, almost got to it, did not quite get to it, but that's how price action works. It's not perfect, but that's how it works out. I would have offered a second opportunity. You could have taken the reclaim or the dip in the recovery of this major level. That's why it was there provided. And from there, we have continued to take off all the way up almost to 488 now. This is a live screen, and I was from the open over 100-point takeoff. So I just wanted to point this out. The failed breakdown setup was the perfect setup to enter here late Friday afternoon. The better setup was the higher time frame setup from the February 13th long, but that really did not provide an opportunity to get in. So what you would have had to wait for is some type of sell-off near the bull flag or near this trigger and show a good reaction. It did at 3:30 in the morning, obviously really late, so we missed that for now. Fast forwarding to where we are now, I'm looking for a couple things. I'm looking for a sell-off in order to get long. I need price to come down past this level. I wouldn't go long at this major level. This one is a possibility. This is about uh, almost 20 points from the current high of the day. So that tells me that's a little bit of selling off. But for me, honestly, it's still a lot after such a large move up over 100 points. I need at least 20, 30 points sell off minimum. So I'm looking for something in this area right here to go long. Actually, what I would try to do if we don't get to the specific level that I'm looking for, which would be this area right here, then I'm going to use this low as a potential volatility grab, liquidity grab. So what I'm looking for there is the price to come down and essentially lose that low and come back above it. So that could look something like this. You might come down here a little bit, bounce a little bit, and then I'm going to wait for a sell. It might not get down to this level, and if it doesn't, then I'm going to have to rely on that low that it might consolidate here for a little bit and eventually take off. So I'm looking for price to sell off, build up a little energy, undercut this low, consolidate around that uh, low, and then eventually take off. I would probably enter about 2-3 points above this low. This low is 459.7, so let's say 450, 460. So my trigger for this would be about maybe like say 2.5 points. So this is what I'm looking for right now. Price is trying to bounce at this level, but it's just way too high and it's way too far from where we took off. I need more consolidation. I need more selling to go long. This would be kind of chasing at this point. So that's that. Let's see what happens.